Take the chains off the brain. We've been handcuffed. Hello, our great watchers. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. I am one of your hosts, Randy D. James,
I'm
aka
Ash.
RD.
Sorry.
She's super eager, aka RDJ.
And I'm Ashley. I don't deserve an AKA because I jumped the gun. So
You
my
deserve whatever you feel like you deserve. Go ahead.
AKA Ash with the three lead, you know what I'm saying? Ash 3 up, 3 Y, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, turn up then.
That,
Okay.
No.
But
Say my bad.
nevertheless, this is Enter the Gray. We'll welcome you. Thank you for entering a space curated by us two for you to feel heard, seen, and also unjudged. So hopefully you find something through the episodes that we make for you guys beneficial to your life. But please don't take outside of here with some negativity and stuff like that.
Please.
All that is unnecessary. Nevertheless, thank you for entering the gray with us.
Yeah. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Your descriptions be like top tier.
I mean, that was mid though. That was mid for sure.
I like it. I like it because I would be like, hey y'all, just stick around, listen, please. You know? So just listen up. You
Just
know
listen, guys.
Just please wait. Just hear me out, please. Please.
Dang, huh?
Dang, my guy. Just listen. But no, okay. I'm excited about this topic because this topic that we're talking about is something that everybody talks about always and forever. And I know that when we started our podcast, we were like, look, we are not about to be a relationship podcast, but today we are going to talk about relationships. So, you know. But today's official title for our episode is The Past, the Present, the Future. Let's talk about relationships. Okay? I like that.
I think you needed like a drum roll or a whoosh or something to kind of like go with
okay,
that.
you give it to me, okay?
Yeah, I think it's okay.
You get all right, ready? All right. And today's episode is the past, the present, and the future. I'll fuck with it. Yes, that was perfect.
It was something different.
I'm gonna clip it, and that sound was gonna be inserted in other episodes.
Okay.
All right. You know what I'm saying? The dedication, the timing, I saw it all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I
waited. I was patient.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. And so because it is relationship based, you know, a lot of people have opinions. So we do encourage y'all to like and share this video. We're going to say that a couple times, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the video, especially. But like, share, and comment on the video. This show is designed to have our listeners engaged in our topics. And hopefully our listeners can be a part of our show one day in the very near future, you know? So let's start with the past. You know, we really do a good job of like setting up a base in our discussion. So let's start with the past. I have a couple questions that we're going to go through. I'll let you answer one and then I'll answer, and we'll just kind of tag team like that, if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
Okay. All right, cool. If there is a question that you're like, nah, girl, you go first. Let me know. I'm going to decline, but just let me know.
To keep it fair, I think the first question I will answer it, and then the second one you answer first, and then just go back and forth. I think that's how a lot of the things that we've been doing been going like that. So just to keep it fair.
All right. I'm just so eager to hear your answer. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, now what? And now what? And now what? You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know, I love questions. Y'all will learn this about me. Okay. I love questions. Love it. Asking and being asked. You ask me a question, I feel like you love me. That's probably delusional as hell.
No comment.
No judgment.
At all.
Fix your face. Okay. All right. First question for you. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What belief about love did you inherit that you had to unlearn? And we're just gonna keep it very simple, straightforward with our answers. We don't have to go too complex unless the question really calls for that. But what belief about love did you inherit? And what did you have to unlearn?
I don't know. As far as inherit is different because that means that it was embedded in me before I was born, type
Hmm.
thing. And I guess having to grow up in two different um places where marriage was handled different by both couples,
Hmm.
as far as like my parents and my grandparents.
Hmm.
Interactions were different and the way they handled things were different. So I think I was just like pretty much soaking in things that they were doing, but I
Hmm.
wasn't really applying them to myself. Um, if that makes sense. It was more so like, oh, okay, they do this, they do that, do that. I don't want to do this, I don't do that. I mean, there was arguments, of course,
Right.
but them were the negative things that I was trying to like not pick up because I never want to this day.
Yeah.
To this day.
To this day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do not want to argue or fight or anything. So
Hmm.
inherit, I don't think I inherited anything, but things that I had to unlearn is that love was enough. Love is not enough. Just because you love somebody doesn't mean that's enough to keep that relationship going. So that is something that I had to unlearn because I tried to hold on to relationships because I love the person,
Hmm.
but not knowing that I needed more than love
Hmm.
was hindering me from growing. So I had to unlearn that the hard way. Definitely the hard way, but
That's unfortunate. Ugh.
it's okay.
Oh, and also, I know I say this at the end of the episode, and you already know this because of our conversations, but I just want to start off because we are talking about relationships. I don't know where the conversation may take us, so I do just appreciate you for being open and vulnerable and transparent. I know that it's not easy as a man, especially as a black man. So I do just appreciate, you being able to do that um, as freely as you feel it. So I just want to put that out there. Uh, for myself, I really didn't know how to answer this question, to be honest, but I would say what I think I inherited about love is that I didn't deserve it. And I had to unlearn that because I'm very deserving of love. And um, I think I also inherited that love is painful. And I absolutely had to unlearn that because that having that mindset made me go through a lot of things that I wish that I had not gone through for the sake of
Uh,
they love me. They said that they love me or I love them. So, you know, I'm going to stick around. I'm going to stay. So, uh that's my answer. But some of the things that you said I agree with too. I kind of went through as well. Although I don't mind an argument here or there or everywhere. It depends on who you're arguing with. You know what I'm saying? I
a
think it's
debate
okay.
is one thing, but an
Okay.
argument just seems more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? A debate, you don't mind like, oh, but this, but this, but this, but that. It doesn't really invoke emotional um
Mm.
assertion from the person. No, I just feel like it's like, hey, let me put emotions aside and speak with logic. That's where kind
Mhm.
of debate come from. Now the fact that it gets passionate, that's one thing. But
Right.
arguments, no, arguments seems like you have ill intent to
You're right.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there is
Yeah.
what that's
So
what hit home for me. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You
yeah.
know how I like to argue. So, you know what I'm saying? All
Right.
right. So yeah,
But
you're right. Debating, yes. I'm cool with a debate. But an argument, I got different intentions when I'm arguing with you, and it's not yeah. But that we'll say that for a separate episode. But you're correct. I love a good debate for sure.
I do agree with you when you said like trying to unlearn that love is pain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's tough. Love ain't
Mhm.
supposed to hurt
It's not.
at
It's
any
not.
aspect of it. No, love don't hurt. You
They're trying
know,
to
so
condition us to think that love is supposed to hurt because most of the people that we run into hurt us. But we're really just kind of like hurting ourselves.
right.
And they're just the vessel that's doing that, that we're
Come on, somebody.
allowing. So
Come on.
there's that. And we'll probably get into that. I'm not sure. Come back on another. I'm just like, um, all right. So, another question that I have is actually, I don't want to ask these in order. I want to just do a different order. Um, oh, do you think you've ever truly been in love, or were you just in need of being seen?
Are
Is
you
that for me to
answering
answer?
first? Yes.
Yeah, dang, I'm so eager to get your answer. Have I ever truly been in love? Oh, man. I felt like I was truly in love. I do feel like I was deeply in love with people. Uh, and this is not to say whether they love me or not. It's was I in love? So I'm speaking from my perspective.
Right.
Um, I felt like I was in love, but I wasn't actually in love because I didn't love myself. So it wasn't until I loved myself that I was like, oh, this is what love feels like. Oh no, I never had it there. I thought that I did, you know what I mean? And maybe
Hmm.
it started out that way, but like true, like genuine love, no. I wasn't ever in love. But the feeling of like, oh my God, I love them, I love them. We said we love each other and all these things. Yeah. But after loving myself, learning what it's like to love myself, no, I wasn't in love. How about you?
I think the more I got into relationships, the more I feel like, oh, this is true love. Oh, this is true love. This is true love. So the more that I progressed, I feel like that's why I was entering in when it was
Hmm.
really just lusting for the attention. You know what I'm saying? And the attention that I got was more intentional with each person that I got with. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So um, I think looking for it was that part of the question. Looking.
No, it was have you ever truly do you think you were ever truly in love or were you just in need of being seen?
Okay. In the beginning, I think it was more so of me wanting to be seen
Yeah.
because I was, um, my grade school years, I wasn't really the best person like chosen for relationships. And I mean, women didn't, well, girls at that time
Girls.
didn't really, yeah, I wasn't dating women. Girls at that time was not like
You better not
interested
have been
in
dating women.
a,
No,
a,
that is not okay.
I would never said it was okay. I wasn't even gonna promote that. You know what I'm saying? No judgment or not. I was not even gonna
Exactly.
promote that. Yeah. But girls wasn't really like, you know what I'm saying, flocking to me when it came to it. I really didn't have the best, you know, I guess cool factor, you know what I'm saying? I was a
Mm,
nerd and when I was nerding out, I ended up getting to the point to where I was like started playing football. I started getting the gym, like my body was coming together. I was like 185 pounds, like, you know what I'm saying, 5% body fat. Like I was Himothy.
Timothy. I was about to say
Yeah.
you was Timothy.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was I was him Duncan, you know what I'm saying?
Amy
Hit
Neutron.
hit me
Yeah.
neutron, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was me. So, once I did start getting, like in my later grade years, I was like, I'm actually seen now, like people
Mm,
actually see me. And it felt great. And I think I started dating for the attention, or
mhm,
I started getting into relationships for the intention versus um, love or true love. And then
mm.
when I got to college, you know what I'm saying, I was like, all right, I need to take this serious because recently I didn't mess up a lot of people hearts, minds, whatever situation was, and I was just wanting to get, you know what I'm saying, get someone attention. So I
Yeah.
started to date for love. And when I did do that, it was different because it was like, okay, now I'm looking more in depth other than just like looks and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So Um, long story short, do I ever think I had true love? Yes, I did. I do think. I think I did hit
You were
that.
truly in love.
I truly in love. Yeah, I feel
Okay.
like I was. Yeah. Um, but that took time. And hey,
Mhm. Yeah.
if it was a shorter way for me to go to get there, then I
Yeah.
would have took it. But like the long way that I did go, I'm grateful for it because now I know what to look for and what
Mhm.
not to look for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a it's a marathon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it ain't a quick sprint. So
Yeah. I think that's really nice, like, to have been in love. I've had the feeling of thinking that I was in love, and that felt great, but it wasn't sustainable. Like it never really lasts. And I was trying to get the people who were supposed to be in love with me at that time to, like, I don't know. I guess I kind of wanted them to love me so much that I could start to love myself. Um, and I think that's just where the issue was. Like I just really didn't love myself. And even back in school, like, don't get me wrong, a lot of boys and girls wanted to talk to me from elementary school on up. Even Ash with the big forehead, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got
uh,
a big forehead.
so
Okay.
you was her.
Heard the but here's the thing, right? So because I didn't know myself, I didn't love myself, and I went through all this traumatic shit at home, I didn't really know who I was. Like, I didn't really think that I was pretty or anything like that. So I would be talking to my friends and I'd be like, all the pretty girls, like, they getting all the boyfriends and stuff like that. And I remember this one girl, I can't remember her name, but we used to look alike. She had a mole right here. She was like, you keep telling all these boys that you don't want to have no boyfriend. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't. Like, I don't want them. I want it. She's like, yeah, but they still coming up to you. Like, you still getting play. Like, do you realize, like, you the girl, like, she would say to her friends, like, none of the boys want to talk to me, and it was true, but and I'm like, oh, I'm thinking I'm on her level. And she like, no, girl, bitch, you're the bitch that you were talking about. Like, you get in play. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, then it turned into like, all right, well, cool. Now that I know that people like me, I want to be liked. Let's just start, with the basics of just y'all like me. Okay, cool. Oh, damn. Since fifth grade, it's been, oh, y'all like Ash's body. Got it.
Mm,
Okay. And so then that just carried on through life. It's like y'all like the outside of Ash, but like inside, y'all don't really fuck with that girl. Y'all not trying to get to know her for real. And that's why I think I really do love questions, because when people ask me questions, I know that you like me. Like, you're intrigued with how my brain works and what I feel and what I believe and what I dream and what I aspire. Like, you know what I mean? So, not saying
mhm,
it's all because of elementary, middle school, but I'm saying that's kind of what sparked it too. Um, so yeah, I wanted to be liked. And then if y'all haven't seen another episode, please go back and watch where we kind of talk about some of our relationship stuff. But I was married before. So even saying like, "Oh yeah, I was married, but no, I wasn't truly in love." Again, it's not to say whether that person loved me or not, because I think that my ex-husband did love me to the capacity of what he had, but again, to say that I truly was in love, I would not agree with that, because I did not love myself. Although I put on a good front like I did.
mm,
And yeah, I just didn't. And it was clear to see. It was clear to see to him, but I was just like, I don't know. I got just like tough outer shell, you know. There's that. Um, all right, let's get into the next question here. And it's gonna
yeah.
go ahead. You wanna say
I'm gonna
something?
ask. Hey, you ain't the only one with questions. I got
Oh,
questions
shoot. I
too.
didn't know you had questions too. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If it's a question that's already on a list in a different segment that I have, then I'll let you know. And we're gonna get to it
Well,
later.
we're talking about past, so this
Okay,
this
cool.
is past. All right. So my question is what kind of shaped your earlier understanding of love and relationships?
Uh TV in real life. So growing up, I used to watch the Cosby Show so much. I wanna love forget romantic relationships. I just wanna love like the kids got on TV.
Hmm.
So any show that had a child in it, I wanted that love that their parent gave them, even if it was like the annoying little son and the older daughter, you know what I mean? Like, even if it's like, "Oh, Brett, get out of here," type thing. I'm like, the parents still like they still fuck with the kid. You know what I'm saying? And ain't
Right.
nobody getting beat and you know what I'm saying? They still go on family trips and shit, even if they causing mayhem. You know what I'm saying? Wild
Right.
Thornberry type shit. You know what I'm saying? They still love their kids. So I wanted that. And so that shaped my perception of what love should be like because it was consistent, whether it was a movie, a TV show, animated, outside of Family Guy. I don't want to be treated like Meg. You know what I'm saying? But
It's
I mean,
tough.
shit, maybe actually, Meg goes to a good school. She is clothed. She is fed. She got a roof over her head. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, it's cool. But you know what I'm saying? So it was consistent. So I was like, that that right there is what love is supposed to be. Okay. Let's just start just from parents and stuff like that. Then as you go into like the relationship stuff, it was still TV. You know what I mean? I lived a lot in my head. So it was still TV. Real life, it just didn't align. But that also shaped how I view love. It was like, man, these relationships are either people are getting divorced, they're not in relationships. When they are in relationships, the woman is supposed to dominate and be aggressive with the man. The man is supposed to take it and provide for the woman. And it's like, it just that's just what I seen. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
then as I got older, like high school and stuff like that, it was bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Like, you know what I'm saying? And nowadays everybody outside. So it's like those and I'm not saying nowadays that's what shapes my viewpoint, but back then I didn't have someone sitting me down and saying, this is what you should show up as, this is what you should expect, or this is how to carry yourself in a relationship, blah, 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 things like that. I had to just go around with my community, what I'm seeing around me, and TV. And I leaned more into TV, and that's the life that I wanted because what I'm seeing around me, I'm like, this don't seem cool. You know what I'm saying? But that's what shaped me. And yourself.
My earlier understanding of love and relationship was shaped by my parents and my grandparents. I was looking, and this kind of attests to what I was saying earlier. I was looking at how they treated each other and their dynamics, and from my mom and my pops, they always gave me this like, it don't matter how bad or down and out things will look or are, we will never show you that, and we'll always have something to make sure you're provided for, that you got a roof over your head, that you're fed, all the things.
Mhm.
And like, I didn't understand it in the beginning because I didn't have to worry about anything. I was a kid. I'm looking like, hey, look, we got toys. Hey, look, we got food. Hey,
Right.
this. And the older I got, the more I started like actually looking. It was like, my parents, they struggled, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And but they always made a way, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
they made a pack of hot dogs go a long way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They made these Tostitos pizzas go a long way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It was like, that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That you can love someone to the capacity to where it don't matter what's happening around you, you're gonna make sure that you're doing for this person. You know what I'm saying? And that was one thing that I took from that. And my grandparents, their love was just on a whole different level. Like I never seen them argue. I never seen them like raise each other voices towards each other like in an aggressive manner. They
Right.
did it, you know what I'm saying? Because we played dominoes, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like we played cards, you know what I'm saying? But they
Mhm.
also was part of a meal course, they went to church, they did this, they did that. Like that was so in the Bible, that's where I got my Bible energy from. Like they made sure every Sunday we went,
Yeah.
whether we was traveling or whether we was going to our home church. So seeing them interact with each other just made me like, hey, if I get a love, I want to love like my grandparents. I ain't got to worry about
Mm.
arguing with you. Bills are paid. You go to work, I go to work. We come home, we laugh, we eat, we go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Wake up, do it all over again. So
Yeah.
um, I thought that was what love was. Love was providing for your significant other without them actually saying anything. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like you're doing for them without them opening their mouth and telling you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it was a beautiful relationship to see. The time that I had with them. So
Yeah.
that's what I got from that. It was from my mom and my grandparents, my
Hmm.
parents and my grandparents.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the sound of when you describe your grandparents and that kind of love. I do like the sound of that. And you were talking about, you said your mom with the pizzas and stuff like that. That was your mom.
Hey, hot dogs, yeah.
Yeah, a my mom made a bag of potatoes and ketchup go stupid. I feel like she was, and ma, if you watch this, you know there's man, it was times food stamps was like,
Hey,
look, this all we got, okay?
right.
And
Hey,
she
ramen
was
noodles,
chefing it
solid.
up all
Or they
types
say
of
or
ways.
they say ramen, whatever you want to call them. We call them Roman noodles.
Did
We
you?
did.
Oh,
Yeah, we call them
I call it ramen noodles.
Yeah, that we got them. You want some ramen noodles? Chicken flavor.
Ramen
That's
noodles.
why
Let me get
we
some
grew
ramen
up off
noodles.
the chicken flavor. I understand people
Mm,
like the beef, but chicken is where it's at. You feel me? Hey, talk to your mama. Don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So
listen,
it's about the chicken.
we had well, we used to do chicken or beef, but there were times now because everybody wanted the chicken and the beef. Sometimes you gotta dibble and dabble with the shrimp or the Mediterranean. You know what I'm saying? You just got to because that's all that's left on the shelf. It save a lot. You know what I'm saying? So,
I haven't dabbled in either one of those
oh,
ever.
see, y'all stay stocked. All right.
Uh,
Cleveland is mainly hood, so we all fighting for the noodles.
now
So,
we never did the cup noodles. We never did. It was always
nah,
packaged.
yeah, same,
I was the package.
same. I don't understand the cup noodles. Okay,
Yeah, them instant noodles. Nah,
yeah. First of
look at
all,
that. Get out of here.
I'm pouring off the little peas and stuff that come in it. I pour that
Right.
off.
Like,
Like, come
why
on
is
now.
it peas? Why is
Yeah,
it
that's
peas in there?
weird. I'm not doing that. I had that a couple times at my job, like when I used to go in office at the call center. Like that was all that was left. And it was in the vending machine for like $5. I'm like, damn. Shit.
I can go buy five of these.
I
No,
could go
no,
buy a
10 of
pizza.
these.
I could go buy a pizza at Little
Well, you know
Caesars.
what? During that time, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like damn, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's off topic. Okay, so do you have do you have another question or do you want me to get back into some of my questions? How you want to do this?
I, I don't know if you really touched on it, and it's different because all of it is kind of shaped around the same thing.
Mhm.
But a question that I have is, what is one of the core beliefs about love that has never changed?
Love is honest. That is
Or
my core belief. Honesty and transparency, like honesty slash transparent. That's I feel like that's the foundation of love for me. It always
okay,
has been. And
yeah,
what I deem as genuine love. How about you?
trust.
Mm,
I have to be able to give myself at a capacity knowing that you have the ability to hurt me.
mm,
So now that you have my emotions basically in the palm of your hand, I'm trusting you not to hurt me. You know what I'm saying? So it's trust.
mm.
Trust for me.
Okay. I like that. I'm not gonna dig too deep into that. Um, I like that though. Uh,
It's your turn. Question.
thank you. Looking back, what role did you play in the downfall of a past relationship? What was your part in the problem?
Um,
It's a redundant question, basically, but like, what was
I
your role?
understand.
Like, what was the yeah?
Um, after just going a million miles per hour in my brain right now, the only thing that's coming back is really intentionality. I wasn't really intentional enough with my time and my presence, you know?
Hmm.
So, I mean, what I meant by my time was like, I always chose to go to work and do this and do this. And like, I'm always feeling like I'm in a provider role. So while I'm providing, it's more so like, hey, you are doing what you're supposed to do, but at the same
Hmm.
time, like you're not there, which brings me to presence. Like my presence was never physically there. Like I never chose work. I never chose home over work. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
always thought I needed to work as a man. That's what I grew up believing. Like as a man, you have to work. You have to work. You have to work. You have to work. You have to provide for home. Work, work, work. And that's what I did. I instilled that in me until, you know, it was expressed to me that, hey, just because you work doesn't mean that's all you have to do. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Just because you come home, you bring food, you bring flowers or anything like that. Like all that is nice, but these are just materialistic things. Like where I want your presence, I want you around. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And it was times where I go to work, come home, and I either go to sleep because I used to work overnight, or you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, I'll come home and just jump straight on a game and not really be like, hey, let's talk, let's connect. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then were the moments that I think led to a lot of down. I was never there. Pretty much, that's what led to the downfall of my relationships. I believe anyway,
Yeah. Mm.
but ain't no
Okay.
telling. They'll tell me one thing and mean something else. But same question to you.
Damn.
What do you have? I
I
mean,
feel that.
it wasn't in every relationship, and
Mm.
don't necessarily mean it was in my most recent relationship. But I think most relationships that I was in, that was probably the reason why I was just never around enough. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm. That's
but
unfortunate.
hey, it's life.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Uh,
I learned. That's what I learned. What about you?
the role that I played in the downfall of a past relationship was the role of a fixer. I've always been a fixer. There's a toxic fixer and there's a non-toxic fixer. Right
Okay.
now, I'm a non-toxic fixer, but we're not talking about current. In the past, I have always been a person who um, I'm a survivalist. So I'm going to make it. I feel like no matter what is put in front of me, the solution to it is super simple, it's super easy. Let's just get it done and over with. And um, I guess it's like how people describe like the broken bird thing. I didn't realize that I was taking in broken birds, as you should say, or whatever.
Hmm.
But I would get into relationships with fixing whatever issue that they had. Like, oh, this is a problem. It's easy. Come on, let's fix it like this. Oh, that's it. Oh, Larry, you wanna I got the solutions. What's up? It's the Barney bag over here. You know what I'm saying? Like I got
Barney back is
solutions.
crazy.
I got solutions for everything. You know what I mean? And what happened with that, and I will say for my most recent relationship, which was my marriage, that caused me to enable a lot of his behavior and actions because it's always been the understanding in my relationships that Ash got it. She got it. She got it. And she gonna do it without like tripping or flipping out. She's gonna get it done. Now, what was actually happened is I was breaking down. I was stressed as fuck.
Hmm.
I was crying all the time. Um, I was depressed. I was anxious. I was angry because everything's all on me. And that other person is comfortable in the relationship as they should be, but they should also want me to be comfortable too. So there was
Right.
an imbalance because I'm like, oh, this needs to be done. Now, whether there are some things in some of my relationships where there was like weaponized incompetence at play, I could see that. I could see how somebody could do that to me. You know, I don't know how to do this shit. I know she's gonna do it. You know what I mean? And so I feel like that was the downfall, not allowing somebody to smack and hit their head up against the wall. You know what I mean? Because I want to coddle them, but I learned that from my childhood. Y'all watch the last episode with Zorenzo. Y'all understand what I'm talking about. Like I take on the so that you don't have to kind of thing.
Right.
And that's not what sometimes protection hurts. Okay. And so sometimes I do have to watch you stumble, like watching a toddler learn how to walk. Like it hurts me to see you keep, falling on the floor, but you need that to learn how to walk. Cause if not, you're going to learn how to walk with your hands up, thinking that mommy's always going to be holding your hand. And that's just not the case. And so that's the downfall of my relationship is just over fixing, being a fixer, people pleasing, basically, as I would kind of sum it up is people pleasing to make sure that you okay, you feel good. I want you to feel good. Even if I feel horrible, you feel good and everything's good with you. And in return, kind of wanting that back from me, and that wasn't in the capacity that I needed it to be returned. So yeah.
Hmm.
There's that.
I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah, true. Very, very true. Um,
My question
I was about to
is
say, you have a question, don't you?
my question is that from one of your previous relationships, maybe even your marriage, what process of healing did it teach you? Or what was the process that you used to heal?
Uh, that's a really great question, and it's a good segue into where I want the conversation to go, which is current. So
Okay.
that's a great question to segue into that. Um, my healing process from that relationship was entirely the art of detachment. Detaching from people, detaching from feelings, detaching from places and mindsets and thoughts and what is it called? What are the beliefs called? Like the or just beliefs. Just let's just say that because I can't find the word right now. But just detaching. I was so terrified. I stayed in relationships and stayed in situations longer than I needed to. Uh because I was so scared to break away. I was so scared to what does my life look like without being able to talk to that person anymore? And um how are they going to feel? Are they going to think I'm mad at them or this or that? Or I need to be connected to them because what if one day in life, you know what? It wasn't really that bad. And hey, everybody changes. And all these fucking lies I was telling myself, I'm like, that's how I ended up developing my mindset of like, okay, if people do change, myself included, that doesn't mean that you and I are meant to get back together. We went through it for a season and a reason, and now you're going to be great for the next person. I'm going to be better for, well, you're going to be great for yourself and the next person. I'm going to be great for myself and the next person. So detaching was my entire healing journey, entire healing journey. And then after you detach, now you have space for yourself. You have space for the things that you actually want to attach to. And so then there's the other segments of like loving yourself and being honest with yourself and blah, 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 blah. But the art of detachment, yeah, that's it. How about you?
I think the method that I used was really based off emotional processing and self reflection. It was a combination. It was me trying to allow or give myself, I had to ask myself, like, am I okay? You know? And then after processing all that stuff, it was more so like now I'm at another level. And I said, you know what? I give myself permission to feel what is true. I give myself permission to heal,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like I was stopping myself.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of journaling, there's a lot of crying, voice notes. I mean, sitting in the quiet, feeling sad, angry, confused. Everything was being processed in that moment, and it was all done without judgment, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to think of life beyond the person
Mm-hmm.
and think of what type of person I was when I was with them and see if that was who I wanted to be.
Right.
So I had to create a better version of the person that I was in that relationship
Mm-hmm.
and the person that I wanted to be and made sure them two were similar and they coincide with each other. So, there's other things that I could have done that I thought about doing, like, you know, writing a letter to myself, the future me. And we're like, hey, right now you don't feel so good. But you know what? When you read this, we made it, baby. Like, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We good. We okay. Or, um, another method that I did was like, delete like text messages and, pictures, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But
Really?
it, yeah, that and after like just processing and self reflecting, it was
Mm-hmm.
just basically, reconnecting with myself, reconnecting with God, and then proceeding, you know what I'm saying, to be a better version of me, you know, rebuild my inner world, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm. Now, is this something that you've done for one relationship or is this how you go through all of your relationships after the exit?
That was each time it was a different process building on that particular process
Mhm.
because I didn't really know, how to recover, being that, I went from somebody who was yearning for attention and now I'm wanting love, and then now I thought I had it and I'm doing everything to fight for it. Oh, okay, well, they fixed what they said they fixed, so now we can be together. So I tried to be with him again, and I gave another chance, and I gave second, third, fourth chances, and I was like, okay, now it's time for me to move on. All right,
Yeah.
what did I learn? This. Okay, I'm gonna carry what I learned and who I want to be into the next relationship. Did that, and guess what? Same thing happened. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what did I do wrong? Okay, what did they do wrong? Okay, how can I be better than what I was in that? What ask them, and that was something new. Ask them like, what did I do? What can I do better? So I'm taking all the information, then carrying it to the next one. So
Mhm.
the next one, you know what I'm saying? They did this, they did that, cheating or whatever situation is, and it's like, dang. It's the same thing over and over again. So I'm trying to continue to either build off that to become better, but also continue to self reflect. Like, what am I doing to keep getting the same results? You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, if it's consistently happening, it's probably not the person, it's probably me.
I love that you
You know what
said
I'm
that. I
saying?
tell people that all the time. Yes, I agree.
So, you know, and that's the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I never thought like, therapy was an answer. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I still feel like, therapy works for people who want it to work, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't go through that. I did just a lot of self reflecting, talking to myself as I was a therapist, you
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And I was just unconscious of the patterns that I was repeating and the traumas that I kept replaying in
Mhm.
each relationship. So, you know, I had to find that, sometimes healing is the why, and it helped me stop repeating the same things over and over again. So it was just pretty much self reflecting and emotional process. Long story short,
Okay.
I took that somewhere
No,
else.
that's totally fine. No, it's all welcomed here in the gray, you know?
Right. So, after that, it was forgiveness. Forgiveness was the last part of my, emotional processing and self reflecting. And I started working on myself. And it's for me, like forgiving myself, and compassion is key for myself. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So, I tried to offer it, to the person,
Mhm.
but it wasn't for me to offer, So that's something completely different. But nevertheless, I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning. I'm not a master at relationships,
Mhm.
whether I went to school for it or not. I mean, if I was, I would be single. But I'm not a master at relationships. But I want to be better at it, and I want to be better for the partner that chooses me as I choose them. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
that's that's all I'm working on.
Okay. Alright. I like that answer, and there's so many pieces of that that I'm, like,
It's a lot.
wanting to dissect and go into, but we'll definitely save that for later, either in this conversation or for another episode. But as we transition into current state, you did mention that you're single. I disagree with that, but you did mention that you're single, and I wanna kinda just I know we've said this already, but just if it's somebody else's, first time tuning in, uh, talk about, 1, your current relationship status, and what are your stages of the relationship from start to, "We did that thing, baby."
Right. So my current relationship status is single, and I think a lot of people.
Mm. No, don't say what a lot of
Right.
people,
I
just
already,
go
I
into
already,
your
I got this.
yeah.
I got this. I
Okay,
got
I'm
this.
just trying to help you, I'm trying to help. Dang.
No, no help, no help included. I think the idea behind being single that is misconstrued is that if you're dating, that means you're not single. It's not true at all.
Before you get
Only-
into that, go into what your current relationship status is
I
and
said, well,
what your stages are before you say what you agree with and disagree with.
my current relationship status is single, and
Your
the
stages.
stages. Uh, sheesh.
Yeah, let's get to it. Sorry. I'm keeping it. Hi y'all. It's the gray.
So my stages of dating is well, my stages of a relationship is um more of a fill out talk, dating non-exclusively, dating exclusively, you know, boyfriend girlfriend would kind of be synonymous with that, and then engagement and then marriage, you know. So
Okay.
now my stages.
All right. My current relationship status is I am not single because I am dating, and dating is a relationship. So I'm dating. Uh, Single means it's me, one person. If you involve someone else, it's impossible for it to be single. So it's a relationship. So I'm in a relationship. I am dating, and my stages are I'm dating, I'm engaged, I'm married. Talking probably lasts probably a week max or something. Like, yeah, maybe like a week. Maybe no, I take that back. Maybe 2 weeks max. That's kind of pushing it though. And then it's hey, can I see me dating you? Yeah or no? Let's just go ahead and get you up out of here. Or yay, all right, cool, we're dating. And we'll date, which means that we are boyfriend and girlfriend, and we'll see how that relationship goes. And then if that doesn't go well, then it's like, all right, cool. All right. Or if it does go great, it's like, yay. All right, let's get engaged. And now that we're engaged, then, we'll plan our wedding date. Now we're husband and wife. So that's what it is for me. Anything that you want to add to that? Now you can go into, what you're thinking about with the whole single thing. If you want to go into that, if not, I do have questions. I just want to kind of set the baseline of where we'll be talking from going forward.
Right. Um, I just want to touch on the ideal of you saying that you're not single, you're dating.
Yeah, single means one. I have a single chip. I can't have two chips in my hand if I have a single chip. If I have a single car, I only have one car. I don't have two. I have a single house. I have one house. I have a single phone. I have one phone. If I have a single dollar, I have $1. There's nowhere that single means another. If you have another, if you are dating or whatever it is, you have another. So that no longer makes you single. You have something conjoined to you.
Single and dating is a relationship status. You're aware of that, right?
What makes you think I'm not aware of that?
Because you said you're not single, you're dating.
Single is a relationship status. Dating is a relationship status. In a
Yes, and I
relationship
also
is a
said,
relationship status. Got it. I said I
okay,
am not single.
right. All right.
Single
So,
means that you're available to date because no one else is dating you. You have no one that's you're entertaining or anything like that. You're single. You are free on the market. If you have someone that you are dating or someone that thinks and believes that they are dating you, add that too. Then you are not single. There is someone occupying space or you're giving your time and energy to someone. If you are not giving your time and energy to someone, then you are single. Yes, you are just this one person. You're an eligible bachelor or bachelorette. But as soon as you start dating, you are in a relationship and you are not single because there's someone you're giving your time and energy to. Welcome to the world of relationships.
that is your interpretation of it.
Tell me
A
your
person can
interpretation.
a person can be dating multiple people, so they're in a relationship with all them people that they're
Yes.
dating.
Yes, they are. They are.
Hmm.
They could never say that they're single
How
because
come they can't? There's not a
because
commitment.
they're giving yes there is commitment actually. The commitment is, hey, I'm gonna since I said that we're dating, I'm gonna show up and give you time and give you this and give you that. If I'm not dating and I am single, there's no one for me to have that conversation with because I'm single. But you're not single if you have a conversation with someone and there's someone there that you said that you're dating, whether it's multiple people or just one. you are not single. That's why when I knew what you were about to say, I'm like, oh, you're not single, but I feel this is just me, and I'm not putting anything on you.
But you just
I
projected for
feel
me.
I'm not projecting. I've been telling you what I've been thinking this whole time.
Yeah, but you just said I'm single. I'm not single. I'm
In a relationship.
dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying that that's how I felt about it in the beginning when you started answering. Yeah. Yes, correct. But since we started talking right now, I told you I was sharing my perspective on what
I'm
I think it
listening.
is, and then you said you shared your perspective.
Mm-hmm.
If there is another person in orbit, you're not single. You can't be
Or
like
people.
or people. You can't be like it's a single planet out there, but then you see other planets orbiting around it. It's not a single planet out there, is it? Nope. It's a pair or whatever it is. It's not a single anything. You cannot say single and you have someone in your orbit. What sense does that make? You're not an eligible bachelor. Somebody wants somebody single. They're looking for someone who has no type of attachments. Not you're dating other people. You're in a relationship. It's either single by itself, and all the other ones mean that you're entertaining someone else. Single means you don't have nobody that you're entertaining. There's no dating. There's no relationship. There's no marriage. There's no anything.
That don't mean that. That's your interpretation of it.
Let me know what y'all think. If you want
Let
a guy that
let
tells
us
you or a
let
girl to
us
be like,
know
oh
what y'all
yeah,
think.
I'm single, are you expecting that they A
A
have
multiple choice,
no
y'all.
one? Yeah, multiple choice. Two choices. If you hear that somebody is single, are you assuming A that it's just them in their world, they're not entertaining anyone, no no sneaky links, all this stuff like that. There's just them focused on themselves and it's only them in their orbit. Or are you assuming when someone says that they're single that there's people lingering around or a person lingering around in that orbit that they're giving their time, energy, and dedication to? You tell me what you think, you guys. Continue.
In your description of what you feel like the dating stages are, you just said dating, engagement, marriage.
Yeah, we've talked probably like 2 weeks max.
Okay. So in your dating stages, you're considering that the boyfriend girlfriend aspect of things, or do
Yeah.
y'all never get to that stage?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm not about to convolute it. It is not about to be all of this for me. I'm not about to make it something more than what it needs to be. I feel like if you make it more than what it needs to be and you add a million steps, I think that you're just unsure of yourself and unsure of your decision making. Me, I'm very good at making decisions. Like, oh, okay, cool. This is worth my time. It's not. All right, cool.
It's personal belief as well.
Yeah, I said me.
So right. So the thing is that with your stages of dating, that means while you're dating currently, the next step for y'all is engagement, correct? There's no titles in between that, correct?
No, because the person that I'm dating, unfortunately, doesn't date like how I date. And so we'll see how that goes.
I hate that for you.
Me too.
So the engagement aspect of it means like that I guess it's coming soon, right?
Coming soon. I don't know. Because again, like I said, the person that I'm dating, they don't believe in the same stages that I do.
Do they believe in marriage?
Yeah, they do.
Hmm.
Or I wouldn't have said yes to dating them. I'm not about to set myself up for the okie doke. I already gave an allowance just to see what that feels like when you let people step over your boundaries and shit that you have in place. I'm like, you know what? Let's see what that looks like. Because everybody be like, nobody gave me a chance. Yeah, all right, motherfucker, I'm about to give you a chance. What's up? I'll let you step over it. All right, cool. This is you don't believe in this. You believe in this. All right, let's see what that looks like. We'll see how long I can take it, and then we'll go from there.
Hmm. Well, do they are they on a time span right now?
Yeah,
They on a
everybody's
clock?
always on the clock. What? We don't know when our last breath is gonna be. Everything's on the clock.
That's a true statement. So did you have to teach this person how to love you?
Um,
Let's scratch
yes,
that question. How do you teach someone or how do you tell someone how to love you?
you show them how you love yourself, and how you love yourself should be how you want to be loved, and they can love you accordingly because they see what you do. Then there might be things that you're aspiring for, or areas that because you'll meet people along the path. Life is one big journey. The healing journey is forever. So you'll meet people on the path. And if you decide to get into a relationship, you can be like, hey, I mastered these things. I got these things together, but there's still this one area that, I want to get better in. And they can aid in that. I mean, technically, you still need to do the work, but they could aid and support your growth and development there or not. But yeah, I want you to look at how I love myself and how I say that I want to be loved. And I hope that those align in what you're experiencing. Yeah. How about you? That's a great question.
Um, First, it's more about you start off by knowing yourself. You can't teach what you haven't learned. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So you got to ask things to yourself like, what makes you feel love, what shuts you down, and what love language is, triggers emotional needs that you have. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Then you communicate with clarity. You know what I'm saying? It's not just hints. It's like, oh, well, it would be nice if this was to happen or this and that. No, you communicate with direct clarity of what you want.
Hmm.
And you set boundaries and you teach them with no punishment because they're learning. And then you model the love that you want. You got to get them room to learn and know when they can't learn it. So if they aren't capable of learning that kind of love and they reach their limitation, then maybe that person is not for you.
Exactly. I would say that's when you bounce. You know what I'm saying?
All right, right, right. So
I agree with some of that. Okay. This is the without punishment part. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, because what's punishment or consequence? Like, how would you know it's not right if there's no consequence? This is not what I don't like. This is not what I want. And you could take me telling you like, I don't like that as a punishment or a consequence.
that's not a punishment or consequence. That's you setting the boundaries to teach them. Like, I don't like that. I don't allow that.
Right.
That's
But
not
but some people can take some. I'm saying from experience, some people can take it like
right.
it's a
Right.
form
I'm
of
aware.
punishment. So that's I'm like, then at that point too, you could be like, okay, you're not my person because every time I tell you I don't like something, you now flip it and make it about you. Like it's weird. You know what I'm saying? So okay. Do you have another question for me on the current stage, the present? We did the past, now we're on the present. Do you have another question? I have a couple, but do you have any?
I mean, I just
Well,
asked
I
one, but
keep
I can
shifting
ask
in my
another one.
seat. Oh my God. I keep shifting in my damn chair. Okay. I mean I can ask one. You want me to ask a question?
I mean, we're going back and forth. Like I said, go ahead.
All right, all right, all right. What do your current relationship habits say about your healing or lack of healing?
Current relationship habits.
Hmm. What do you currently do in relationships that we talked about the past, so now we're present. So what do you currently do in your relationships that speak to how much you've healed or haven't healed?
I think I still have moments to where I'm not clearly defining how I want to be treated or how I want to be loved. And I think I have the tendency to do this like shutdown thing,
Hmm.
and I do it as a failsafe to not engage into an argument or what I perceive what an argument is,
Hmm.
and try to save face by not making the situation worse than what it already is. Sometimes it's good to dive in it because, hey, I mean, hard truths are hard truths, you know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? But how people react to what you're saying, whether it's an opinion or the truth, is how, it's going to be continuing to be a thing. So I watched something earlier. It was saying, dude was saying, like, hey, there was times where I was arguing with my significant other, and like I was telling her what I did right and what she did wrong, and then she was telling me what she did right and what I did wrong, and we was going back and forth for hours, and then it became like I did these two things right, but you did these four things wrong, and it was going back and forth, and then he was
Oh,
like,
Simon Sinek.
she. Yeah, so then she started saying doing the same thing, and he was like, "Wait, stop, hey, like listen, like how about we do something different because this is not going anywhere." So what he suggested was, how about I list the things that I done wrong and that you did right, and you list the things that you did wrong and I did right. And the conversation took 4 minutes after he said that, and it became laugh and it became giggling and stuff like that. So if I can get to a point to where I can neutralize the situation and make it more of a safe area to express
Mhm.
instead of just shutting down, I think that would be more beneficial for my future relationships. But I don't think that there's a lot of room or emotional intelligence for that to be a thing consistently, and it's hard on not just my end, for both our ends, to continue to kind of like create a space like that. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
just want to feel safe, and I'm sure she wants to feel safe as well. So it's more so I don't want to be a shutdown person all the time, pretty much. And I want to make sure that I'm conveying whatever I'm trying to say with clarity and not leave any room for confusion or assumptions. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, yeah,
Mm.
that is the answer to that question. What about you?
I like your answer. Uh,
Thank you.
yeah. Hmm. I like your answer a lot. Um, for me, I would
Hey,
say
let's try it. I'm trying.
I'm trying, Grandpa.
Oh, I'm trying. It's too damn bad. All right, but
Don't bring him out.
man. I mean, relationships are beautiful, but they're also tough, and it takes work. It takes work. You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
mean, if you view the work as tough, some people get ignited and excited by the hard work. It's not
right, but
tough.
you also got people who's not used to being in moments like that, and they haven't learned what to do and how to react and
Mm,
what will transpire after this, or how to deal with it after the conversation or whatever the argument is has been dealt with. It's like now there's this awkward moment, like, so what are you doing?
oh no, I can't do that.
What are you doing for the rest of the day?
Mm-mm.
um all right, I'm gonna call you back. Like it gets, and it's natural for them to react that way, because like I don't know how to express myself anymore, you know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
we kind of did that already, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm in a space to where I have to make sure I completely moved all that stuff out the way, and now we're in a different space where everything is solved, but I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say. I
Mm.
don't know where this is going now. You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
Okay.
Everybody is not, emotionally aware, or, what I'm saying, logically aware of how to proceed in a conversation or the relationship. Not even just the conversation, just the relationship. Like, is that something they want to continue to keep putting up with? You know what I'm saying? Because they don't, well, I can't speak for them. But I mean, that's the energy that I get from it.
Okay. I mean, you didn't ask me this, and please, you don't have to take any of this. But maybe it's how it looks in my brain. Okay, it's like the problem, and I'm gonna answer the question, but it's like maybe the disagreement or the hard work or whatever is being done because the problem and the relationship are not separated. Maybe if you say like, okay, here's the problem, let's put it in a bubble. It's like, all right, cool. All right, we looking at the bubble? Like kind of how like we play split fiction, okay? Both of us got our hand on the bubble. Okay, let's go into the
Right.
side quest real quick. And we go
Right.
through, it's all messy. We get through whatever we need to get through there. And then, all right, whew, all right, we got it at. Cool. Hey, good job. We killed that shit. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Maybe something like that. That's just a little piece of advice. But just like separating the problem. But I just said in the terms of video games is we gamers. I can add myself.
Right.
We're gamers.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Um, shout out to Twitch. D, never mind. I ain't gonna say it because I don't remember which one it is. Whatever Iron Man is, shout out to you.
DPS. You was about to say
DP. I
DSP.
was.
I heard.
I
I heard you before you said it.
was. DPS. You know what I'm saying? Um. Okay, but back to the topic at hand. Okay, so my current relationship habits to show that I'm gonna separate about unhealed and healed, or
Right.
continuing to heal and healed. So I'm gonna start with healed first. I am so unbelievably in love with myself, it is. You could see it. You could tell. Like the person that I'm with, people who meet me on the street, friends throughout the years, people who are probably watching this, like you've seen me and you can see the love that I have for myself. And I'm not a in your face kind of person, but you could just tell it kind of just radiates out of me. And so because of that, when I'm in relationships now, they see it, they understand it, and they at least have a baseline for how to love me or what I require out of love. Um, and so that's that loving myself is a habit, I would say. And then also being 1 trillion% honest and transparent. I cannot have a relationship with somebody that I feel like you're always lying to me. I can't. I used
I
to.
agree.
I cannot do it. And I think we touched on it. I don't know if we put that episode out yet, but I think we touched on like I shouldn't have to keep proving myself to you. And I was like, no, yeah, you do. You do. You have to keep proving yourself to this person, but it's the way that you do it and how you go about it. So I think we talked about it in another episode, but I'm very honest and transparent because I want the person to be honest and transparent with me. And so that's just another habit of mine. Even if it's not what you want to hear, it's what has to be said. It has to. Because I want you to I've accepted me fully for who I am with my faults, quote unquote, or whatever. And I want to know if this is something that you can handle too. You know what I'm saying? So you can make your decision. I want you to make your full decision on whether you want to be engaged or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, based upon full ash. You know, I want you to be able to give your all into it because I'm giving my all and too much as well. And so that's going into the unhealed part. Because I am such a go getter and an overachiever, and because I get everything that I want with relationships because it involves someone else, I don't know. It's like if I could control the other person to make the decision and like, okay, cool, we got this. You know what I mean? Like, let's take it to this stage and this stage and this stage. It'd be cool. But because I can't, it puts me in a space to even though with all the healing and all the honesty and the transparency, there's the little people pleasing part that'll pop back up. And right now, I'm not gonna lie, it's more so for the plot and the experience of it all, just to see like, okay, sticking to your guns, what does that get you? Okay. Giving people some wiggle room, what does that get you? Whether they're extending that to you or not. But if you are giving wiggle room and just going with what they like and what they're saying and this and that, what do you experience from that? I realize that I'm honest with myself to tell myself, you're neglecting yourself again.
Hmm.
You're letting people, you're allowing your habits, I'm not your habits, your boundaries to be discarded. You know, you built that big pretty wall and now you just let somebody come and just kick it over because that's what they want and what they require and whatever. And it's like, but I love them, but I really like them. And no, this time they do really like me. They do really love me. And so what I'm seeing with my experiments is whether it is worth it to have flexibility or if that boundary that you have in place should be firm. And what I'm concluding is that it's seeming like that boundary should be firm because what you get out of letting people, what you get out of neglecting yourself is a lot of pain and regret. And we shouldn't want to live a life with regrets. So there's that. It's a long winded answer, but it's my answer none the least. Okay.
Speaking of that, I do have a question from one of our followers that we're going to ask you.
Okay.
Um, since we're still kind of like in the presence of things.
Hmm.
The question was from Stacks a Million.
Okay.
He asked, "Do you give an example, or what is an example of how you want to be loved.
Mm. Uh,
Because a man who feel you isn't loving you the way you want doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. You may just have to teach him.
yeah. But here's the thing. And you said it's from Stacks.
Stacks a million.
Okay. Shout out to you, Stacks. Thank you for the question. Thank you for the comment. And the engagement. We appreciate it. Um, the thing is that when I do go into relationships, I do tell people how I want to be loved. Like I said, I show how I want to be loved, and then I'm very upfront with how I want to be loved. And if you're doing things that I do not get down with, I'm vocal. I feel like anybody who's dating me, entertaining me, or whatever, you know what I rock with, and you know what I don't. Um, if this man says to me, which I hope that he would, if he says like, "Hey, I feel like I'm giving you, but it's not really quite meaning I've been doing some thinking. It's not all on you to come up with everything. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing some thinking myself, and I'm realizing like, hey, I don't know if you feel or do you feel, or if he's like just doing check-ins, and I could be like, hey, I could reassure him like, no, hey, you're doing a great job. Or, I keep saying this, and I don't know another way to say it, but this is not it. I don't feel loved. I don't feel this. I don't feel that. I feel like I'm loving you because I am on top of it. I'm going to ask a million questions. I'm going to make sure that I'm giving. I'm going to make sure I'm doing all the things that this person says they require and show themselves that they require, for love. And so I do state it. The thing is that I understand that you're learning, but baby, this ain't a lifelong class. What? If that's the case, then we might as well go ahead and get married if I'm gonna spend the rest of my life teaching you something. This one thing, you might as well just, when you meet me, put the ring on my finger. There's the classes in session. There is a semester. Okay. Actually, nah, it's a 4-week boot camp. I ain't got that much time. You got 30 days. Okay. Money back guaranteed. Actually,
Tough.
no, I'm just playing. I'm keeping your money. But you know what I'm saying? I'm all
Okay.
for I am. I ain't give a shit back. But I'm all for teaching you because I'm not saying that anybody is perfect. But if I feel like you're not getting the lesson, then I'm gonna go to you and be like, you might want to unenroll
Right.
in this class.
The
This ain't it. You
limitations.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah. Was that question just for me?
Yeah,
Okay. All
they
right.
asked you the question.
All right. Cool. Okay.
But I can answer it.
Yeah. Sure. Let's do it. Are you answering from a perspective of a man loving a woman, or like how like your person not showing you? You feel like your person's not loving you or whatever.
We'll go from that
Okay.
perspective. So I was talking to Batman about this, and the conversation took whatever conversation, but it got to a point to where I had to explain, like, hey, there's times where man, no, growing up as a boy, man or women, they'll teach a boy how to treat a woman, but not what to expect from a woman. Like I said, man, you talked about this as
Mhm.
well. And then as a woman growing up, or a young lady growing up, there's times where you're taught how to act as a woman, but not how to treat a man.
Mhm.
So having them two roles right there, it doesn't give you the opposite mindset of what do I expect from a woman, or how you treat a man. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? So when it's asked to me, what do I expect from a woman, or do I teach my woman how to love me? It's more so like I have to actually ask myself that question, because sometimes I really don't know what I ask for or what I want. Most likely, it's probably not a need, it's just a want.
Mhm.
Things that I need or require or like more deep inside it, you know what I'm saying, versus just like surface level, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Oh, I want food ready when I come home, or oh, I want a shower or something like that. Like
Mhm.
that's not really nothing.
Mhm.
The things, the inner beliefs and teachings of what you want from a woman as a man is way deeper than that.
Mhm.
And I did my digging and I found some things, and now I feel like I'm better equipped to answer that question when a woman asks me, what do I require as a man in order to be their lady? You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
yeah. Do I teach them? I haven't before, but I think I'm better equipped now after my self-reflecting and emotional processing
Okay.
to give that answer out. So yeah, I'm forever becoming.
I do have another question for the present, and feel free if you have a question after this for the present. Well, we can definitely get into that as well, and then we're going to switch gears and start talking about the future. I don't know who it's on to answer first. Is it me or you?
It's probably me, but Stacks a Million just asked you a question and you answered, and I just piggybacked off that. But I can answer first. It don't matter.
Okay, cool. All right. Are you more comfortable being loved or needed? And what's the difference for you?
I can honestly say that I'm more comfortable with being needed than loved. The reason why is because that's always been a consistent thing in my life. People always needed me, whether they loved me or not. And that's where I thrived in. I thrived in fixing other people's problems versus actually fixing my own, to be honest.
Hmm.
So, that's where my comfortability lies. But what was the second part of the question?
What's the difference for you? Loved and needed.
In the way that I see that question, what's the difference between being loved and what's the difference between being needed? Is that loved has more kindness, care, and passion behind it, versus needed is like um personal gain for the other person. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It doesn't matter what they're going through, no matter what you're going through. This is what I need.
Hmm.
This is mandatory. This is a non-negotiable. And like if you can't do it, then to hell with you. That's real conditional. You know what I'm saying? I see you. So it's more conditional, but love, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, if you can do it, great. If you can't, it's not a requirement. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
This is just a want. You know what I'm saying? But I still talk to you with respect,
Hmm.
kindness. Um, care,
Hmm.
passion, and I feel like the difference is between a want and a need. So
Okay.
love will want you to do it. It's not a requirement, but need is non-negotiable,
Yeah.
and it has no emotions behind it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I can agree with it. I can. Um, for me, loved or needed, I'm more comfortable being loved. I went through my being needed phase. And one is considerate, one is inconsiderate. And
Mm,
being needed made me feel important. Again, when I had a desire, and I'm speaking solely just for myself, when I had a desire to be needed or kept myself, because nobody put a gun in my head, when I kept myself in the space of constantly um, being needed by others, I thought that I was actually like the superhero. Like it gave me this sense of importance. They need me. They depend on me. I gotta, hey, da 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 da. Like, and I started looking and I was like, okay, do you feel do you really feel important? Do you really feel special? What happens? Let's just see if you can't meet the need. What happens to that relationship? Hmm. Okay. Oh, but now I get to label you a user. You know what I mean? Now that, so it's like it doesn't feel good. It doesn't being needed temporarily gives you some sort of like, oh, you see me. I'm seen. Okay, I could do something. What's up? Yeah. All right, cool. But it's not giving you what you really are yearning and desiring. And so, you know me, I'm a believer that if you got stuff taking up space, you have no room for those things that you actually want. So I got
mhm,
rid of the needy people and I started saying no as a complete sentence because it's my best friend. And it is a complete sentence. I started saying no. and that allowed spaces for people who actually love me to come in, and I'm like, "Ooh, I see what this feels like." And guess what? I don't need a lot of y'all to feel good. I could have one person in my life at a time that loves me and I feel complete because I already love myself. You know what I'm saying? But feeling needed, it's like the more people that needed me and everybody always want me for something and other. Really, I'm getting something from it. Like, unfortunately, I'm getting some type of fulfillment from that. And again, it made me feel like a superhero, but it's just it's a horrible feeling, and anybody who is in that situation, I'm pretty sure, well, I won't say anybody, but some people who are in that situation of being the superhero, I'm sure they feel that way. Like, they would not want to be in that situation. They would rather be loved than being the person that people constantly need. You'd rather just be loved and not have to perform for this relationship. You know what I mean? Like, just fuck with me because you want to fuck with me. Just call me because you want to call me. Just talk to me because you want to talk to me. Not you calling me right now because in 2 weeks you actually gonna this is set up for the okay, got it. That's why you hit me up. Oh, you just checking in, see how I'm doing. Oh, that's why. It's because you really, you know what I'm saying? It's not genuine. Um, so I think I'm saying both of them, like answering like what's the difference between the two and what I'm most comfortable with. But I'm comfortable with being loved. I want to be loved and I want to give love. I don't mind you using my love and me using yours, but I don't want to feel needed. I don't want to feel needed in my relationship. Like, you need me? No. You want me? Yes. But you need me in order to get to your next step and you need me for but what if I can't do that anymore? Now our relationship's gonna crumble. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like so no. So yeah, love me. Just love me.
Well, that wasn't the
Amen.
question,
It
but I can.
was. It
No,
says,
the
are you
question
comfortable
was
being loved or needed? I said loved, and it said, what's the difference? I said the difference of
right,
love and needed.
right, but it wasn't. I guess it's kind of in the aspect of a relationship for sure,
Yeah.
but I took that in totality and just in life in general.
No, but
You
we
know what I'm
talking
saying?
about relationships this episode.
Yeah, I
So that's
know.
why I said it like that.
Okay, so to piggyback off what you said and what I said,
Okay.
um, I don't think my answer changed
Hmm.
as far as like my comfortability because as a man, I'm aware that there are things that I'm going to step up and take control to do. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? I'm needed as a man.
Hmm.
I'm going to be needed as a man,
Hmm.
you know, and I have to be comfortable with that,
Hmm.
you know. But you asked for preference or you told your preference, I would prefer to be loved for sure.
Hmm.
But I think majority of my relationships, they needed me. They wasn't really trying to love me. They needed me. You know what I'm
Oh, I
saying?
hate that for you. I really
I
do.
didn't understand it.
No, I
Well, like
know.
I said, especially going into my earlier relationships, I didn't understand it. I
Yeah.
didn't understand that they were looking for help
Yeah.
versus actually trying to give love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was a learning curve that I had to learn on my own. But you know, teachers and I got a yearbook. I got notes and stuff like that where my elders was telling me like, hey, the women are gonna come. Just
Hmm.
focus on yourself.
Hmm.
Like they're gonna want you.
Hmm.
They're gonna show up as in like they need you. And it's your job to put yourself first. And I didn't listen
Hmm.
because when it was presented to me, it had a different face and it looked it pretty. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it was dressed up as in like, hey, oh, I want you and this and that. No,
Yeah.
you needed me.
Yeah.
And I I was too weak to understand the difference because I wanted them. You know what I'm
I love
saying?
how you worded that.
So, and that's the
I
truth.
love it.
And now, you know, after growing and continuing to grow, like I'm not as weak as I was.
Yeah.
You
You're
know,
not
I'm
weak.
stronger.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're not weak.
I think it just depends
You're strengthening. I wouldn't say that you're weak. I feel like weak just kind of puts
yeah, I
you
didn't
into
say I
the
was weak.
no, I'm saying
Um,
like just you're strengthening, you're building your strength. I think if you just associate your progress with the word weak, it just kind of devalues it a little bit. That's just me. Anyway, you can continue, but that's just me. Like, just you're strengthening something. Like, I'm building something versus like this keeps making me crumble sometimes. Like, it just sounds
you
different.
push
You know.
little muscle out. Okay, I got you. But in totality, I would prefer to be loved, but I've always been needed in relationships. Well, majority of the time I've been needed, if not all the time I needed,
Yeah,
versus actually being loved. Which there's not saying there wasn't sparkles and shines of love throughout the
right.
relationship, but I think I was needed more than I was loved.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
yeah.
And it's just really unfortunate. And I'm sure a lot of men can agree with that, especially with, my favorite topic, toxic masculinity. I feel like that falls into that is where you're,
Mm, uh,
you know,
that'll come up. Yeah.
yeah,
We'll have DC on here
yeah,
for that one.
yeah. Okay. Batman and DC and look at all the stuff that you throwing in here. I done threw Iron Man in here and you know what I'm saying?
So, nevertheless, yeah, I'm big on Marvel, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So having,
Yeah.
DC in here, Marvel versus DC in this thing, you feel me?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Did you have another question before we moved on to the future?
You can move on to the future. I'm sure I'll find a way to tie it into the present and to the future. So,
Okay.
you know,
All right. We already discussed this, but we already discussed it in this episode actually. But I want
okay.
to ask this question how it's posed here because I would love to get your answer to this the second part. So, are you dating right now or just distracting yourself from being alone?
Hmm. I don't think I'm distracting myself from being alone. Distracting myself from being alone is toxic. And it's using somebody for a body versus actually valuing them as a person, you know what I'm saying? So, whether it's one person, whether it's many persons, I know many persons isn't a
I
thing,
was letting
many
you rock
people.
how you was
Hey,
rocking. You know what I'm saying?
nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? I would think, if I'm dating with intentions, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to date just for a replacement or a field spot or, what I'm saying, a space saver or whatever you want to have you.
Yeah.
But, I don't date like that.
Okay. Oh, there's that lightning. Um, that thunderstorm they promised. It's here.
I think so. Ah,
Ah, here I am.
aha. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Um, I would agree with everything that you just said. Uh, I can't hear it.
I hear people driving outside. So no, I can't hear
Jeez.
it.
Everybody trying to race now. Get y'all asses home. Uh, the thunder's rumbling. But I would
Make
agree
sure your
with you.
phone charge.
Yes, smart. No, I would 1000% agree with you. Like I'm dating because I want to continue the relationship. I want to take it as far as it can go and build love
Right.
and all that. I don't care about being alone. I love myself. Me and Ash, we a good time. Okay? Like it's good vibes over here.
The fact that you said that in third person.
We're gonna cut that out. I'm just playing.
No, no, we're
We're
not.
not. We're not. We're not. It's cool. It's cool.
Clip it. You know what I'm saying?
Not Glibbit. But
Clip it.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying? I'm a good time over here. I really enjoy my company. And it's not from a toxic place. Oh, I'm an extrovert.
I know that.
Because okay, so here's the thing. I really and we'll talk about this. Remind me that we need to talk about this, okay?
Okay.
And y'all, if anybody wants to join in on this topic, let's do it. Sometimes you get so used to repeating a story that it becomes your truth. And there was a point in time in my life where I was introverted. And it's because mentally, like I talked about in the episode with Zorenzo, like I was going through a lot. And so it made me become very introverted. And now I've gotten back to myself. And I'm like, you know what? I'm an extrovert with introverted tendencies. That's what I am. Or a better way to probably describe it is a ambivert. I think is what it is. I would say I'm an ambivert because I don't thrive off of like the social engagement. I don't need it. I mean, you know me, I'm very secluded. Like
Out the way.
yeah, I stay to myself. So I would say more of an ambivert, but to label myself as introverted, I'm not going to do that. And I don't like when I was introverted, I don't like the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, and all that, the lack that was associated with that. So, and I'm not saying that if you are introverted that you have all those things, but I'm saying me in that space, I didn't like it. Um, but specifically, there's power in what you say and what you
Right.
repeat to yourself over and over and over again. So I was attaching in that episode, like, I'm introverted, you're extrovert, which you are you're an extrovert. But you know what I'm saying? You're an extrovert with introverted tendencies. You are. You are. You are. And maybe I'm just perceiving you in a different way, but I perceive you as an extrovert or in the way that I know you. People may view you differently. You get it? But the way that I know you, I would say that you're an extrovert with introverted tendencies. I would. Just because you're calm doesn't mean like introvert or extrovert.
That has nothing to do with it.
I know. But I'm just saying it might benefit you to not repeat the same story over. Yeah, I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert. It might benefit you to be like, you know what? Maybe I'm an ambivert. Maybe that's what I am. Maybe I'm an extrovert. Maybe I am an extrovert and see what that feels like leaning into it. That's not about this episode, but we could talk about that if
We'll talk
yeah,
about it.
okay, cool. But mainly it's about what we tell ourselves, the stories that we attach to and we stick with. So there's that.
Right.
Um,
My question is, how do you stay open to love in a world that can be emotionally guarded?
you first. I'm just playing. Okay.
It's like she pulled a gun out and
You
foul you
first.
first. Like, hey,
Okay.
huh?
Huh?
What? Look, Uzi Vert in this thing. Like, what? Huh? What? Whoa.
Whoa.
Like,
Okay. Um, you know, you know me, so that's pretty hard to answer.
we're not talking about me knowing you.
I know. I'm saying, but you know how I'm tripping up over my words because okay, ask me again. I'm gonna have it.
How do you stay open
Mm.
to love in a world that can be emotionally guarded?
Hmm.
You want me to answer
No,
first?
the thing is, the reason why I'm struggling with this is because I don't think I'm open. I don't think I'm open. I
You're not open to love? Because that's the question.
no, but I don't from another, right? From another person outside of myself, right?
The question is, how do you stay open to love in a world that can be emotionally guarded?
Okay, well, I'm gonna take it as outside
Take
coming
it as the
in.
way you, okay.
Okay. Uh, I don't stay open. I don't. I pick and choose the times that I want to pop out and show niggas. No, but I pick
Okay.
and choose the time and when I want to do that. I'm not open to receiving it all the time because I feel like if I just leave my front door open, anybody could walk in. So I'm not always open to receiving it. But when I'm intentional about, you know what? Hey, Ash, let's get somebody else in here to love on, have love on us. Then I'll open up the door and take a long walk because I got to bypass a whole bunch of bullshit to get to the love. But it's hard for me because I don't talk to a lot of people. I don't answer messages. I'm not just out here willingly. Oh my god, it's coming down so bad. I don't just willingly give out my number or anything like that. You'd be hard pressed to hear my voice. Um, talk to me, know anything about me outside of what you hear on this podcast, and that's just how I carry myself. It has nothing to do with whatever other people do, but me, I take pride in myself, and I don't feel like everybody should have access to that. So without giving access to a bunch of people, I feel like I can't stay open. So I don't stay open, but when I am ready intentionally for that, I know how to open the door and I know how to close it back. So there's that. That's the best way I can answer it with this current mindset. Maybe in 6 months I'll have a different answer, but right now that's my answer for it. And
I like
yourself?
that. Okay. Woo. Okay. Honestly, some days I do, some days I don't. Some days I'm tired and, tired of trying to be soft to a world that rewards people from being detached and unbothered. You know what I'm saying? Tired of being um tired of being the one that feels everything like super deeply while everybody else just seem numb or halfway gone. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But you know what? The truth is that I still crave real connection. So that's why I stay open to a world that is emotionally guarded.
You stay
And
open to
it's
it?
what?
Does
It's
that
open to love?
yeah?
Yes. Oh,
Like always?
yes. Open to
Mhm.
love?
I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's bad. I'm just making sure that I have a understanding of what you're saying. So with that, can I ask you a follow-up question?
I mean, go ahead.
Are you sure? I can skip it.
Nah, I'm listening.
The,
I was
oh, you have more? Go ahead.
I can wait. Go ahead.
No, go
Are you
go ahead.
okay? All right. So yeah, even when there's moments that I want to shut down and I want to close it off, I still fight for me to stay open to it because love is beautiful. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I remind myself that closing myself off might protect me from the pain, but it also might block the love that I say that I want. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say that I want a specific type of love and I'm closing myself off to actually receiving it.
Yeah.
And within that is when I learned that love doesn't come um to the people who built the highest walls. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta lower it a little bit. Sometimes you gotta like leave a little crack open. And it's the brave ones, you know what I'm saying, that crack that door open again to allow love to come in after being hurt consecutive times. You know what I'm saying? So I've had to unlearn survival mode sometimes, and that's where a lot of people go into.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
had to tell myself that not everybody I heard, is trying to ghost me or use me or leave me when stuff get real. But me staying open means that I'm probably going to get hurt again, and I'm aware of that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But it also means that I get to feel the good stuff because it's not always bad.
Mhm.
So I rather risk the ache than to live numb.
Mhm.
So I show up with my bruises, my softness, because I am soft,
Mhm.
with my boundaries, and just because love deserves that version of me. Um, I still believe that love is out here for people who accepts it. It's not always scary, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
I agree with you.
it's okay being vulnerable, even when it feels risky.
I and you know me. I'm team take the risk, 1000%. So I agree with what you're saying, and I do the things that you're saying. I'm not
Hmm.
saying that what you said was to oppose what I just said. I'm not saying that at all.
Okay.
But I do agree with what you're saying, and I do all of those things. But for me, I'm not always open to it. And the one thing I will never do is play with somebody's time.
Right.
So
I never said that I was always open to it. That's why I said
no, I know.
sometimes I'm
That's why
tired.
I said I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I know you wasn't saying it into blah blah blah, and I'm not saying it like that. I was just more so clarifying, like, yo, I agree with you. I understand what you're saying, and I do get that. I love with intention, and
Right.
I am open with intention. Just because the love that I want to receive is flowing to me, like somebody's giving me that love. If I'm not in a space to be able to take that in, I'm wasting their time and mine. And so the risk is, yes, by having my door closed until I'm ready, I might miss out, quote unquote, on that. But what I believe is that the person who's supposed to love me will find his way to me, and it'll be available when I'm ready. That's just the belief. It could be crazy, but that's just the belief that I have. So, um,
Yeah, but that's because you done the work by working on yourself.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Gotcha. I mean, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm
So you
constantly working on myself. I don't want to. I know I'll be on here talking about so I'm perfect. You know what I'm saying? Because I am. But I mean,
yeah,
there's things that are
and that's why you will continue to grow, and you will attract the love that you want,
yeah,
because you're honest with yourself. You're honest about your fears.
yeah,
You're honest about your walls, your wounds, and you keep meeting them and like letting them know, like, hey, I know y'all here, but guess what? I control y'all. You're in
yes,
control of yourself.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes,
So, the world is guarded because the world is hurt.
mm,
So, you know what I'm saying? Most people walk around with untold stories, um, tall walls, and a lot of grief.
yeah,
So, staying open means being compassionate, you know what I'm saying, about that particular thing. And it seems like the past, it affects a lot of people.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And people build up an armor, and it's hard for them to trust that, whether it's on underneath, or, it's out in the open. So
yeah,
it could be seen, held, and sometimes understood. So it's not being naive, not saying like, hurt ain't out here, because it is,
yeah,
but it's about being courageous enough to say, hey, I still believe in connection. I still believe in love, even if it's inconvenient,
yeah.
slow, slow, slow,
Mm-mm, that's too slow.
or messy.
That's too slow. That's too damn slow. Shit.
Fuck.
Yeah. Hell no. Okay. Okay.
No, I'm just talking.
Yeah. 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 You
I'm
was.
just, I'm just talking. That's it.
Whatever. Do you have another question? Because I have another.
It's on you. I just asked my question.
Okay. Cool. 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 All right. What are you afraid? Yeah. What are you afraid a real mature relationship might expose about you?
That I'm not as together as it appears I am. I feel like, being that I do a lot of things within my responsibility, it feels like, or it seems like, I have all my ducks in a row, and I don't.
Mm,
You know, yeah, I have a 401k. Yeah, I have health insurance, and yeah, I got benefits and all that other stuff. But I mean, there's other things inside of my life that I'm lacking,
mm,
that I wish that I was better at. And
mm.
I'm not gonna put that on here, but nevertheless, what I'm saying, once you get to know me, you'll realize, like, oh well, I mean, it seems like you have things
Mhm,
together, and I really don't. I'm a trying man. I'm a kind man, and I have a lot of things on my plate.
mhm.
But from the outside looking in, it just seems like, I got things together, and I really don't. So
Yeah.
what about you?
I kinda already know what Yeah, do you hear that?
I did hear that.
The sun is it's brighter in my house. The sun is
I,
out.
s- I, s- I see
The
the sign.
thunder is on my balcony. It's trying to get in. You see why I closed
And
my
like,
doors?
hey,
Okay.
let me in. Let me in.
Okay, so for me, a real mature relationship will expose the fact that I've never felt safe and secure.
Mm,
I'm always on guard in my relationships, or in dating or whatever, because I realize that the level of honesty and transparency that I come with, for some reason, people it's act like it's so fucking hard to to do for whatever reason. I don't trust people because they don't set up a playing field for me to trust them, and that leaves me not feeling safe. I'm constantly anxious. I can't sleep. Like I'm constantly worrying about, are you doing this? Are you doing that? Or if you
mm,
say, oh, I do this or I don't do this, and then I see otherwise or I hear otherwise or I'm shown otherwise, it's like fuck. And I
yeah,
know my bill was coming down. Oh, fuck. The sky is trying to gaslight me that it's a beautiful day outside. You see the sun? Like
I do say
it
it.
is so bright, but the thunder is like Oh my
A
god.
rumbling.
Yeah. But oh my goodness. Anyway, sorry. Um but yeah, I wanna feel safe and secure, and it's never about what somebody could buy for me or if you could pay all my bills, and if you it's never ever 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 been about that.
That'd be nice though.
I mean, it's cool, I guess, but I'm at the point like I don't even think I could let somebody just I can let a man pay all my bills. I couldn't.
But you'll pay all the man bills.
Would I pay all of the man's bills? I have done it, and I wouldn't want to. It depends. I wouldn't want to just pay all his bills and he just lay around and not do shit. No. But if it's like with my ex-husband, I was like, okay, it was a moment in time where he wasn't working. I was like, cool. You want to do tattoos and shit like that? Go ahead and do tattoo school or whatever. Like, if you're doing something, then cool. But just, you're not a child. I don't want to take care of you like you're my child. And the burden shouldn't be on one person forever. But if there's a season where, yeah, okay, cool. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Things happen. Somebody could lose their job or whatever. Like, I understand
Right.
that. But I'm just saying, for
Right.
that to be the baseline, like, there are women and men who go into this relationship knowing that I don't got to work. You take care of everything. And that is so harmful to put on one person the woes of the world. I do not agree with that. Say what you want about me. I don't really care. I actually love the person that I'm with. You know what I mean? And so if I'm in a relationship with you, I love you. And there's no possible way from experience of having to work 8 jobs at once. It's possible. Okay, at once. All right. And having all of this weight and pressure on you, it is no way that you love that person and you see them go through whatever they're going through and taking care of everything. Like, they're not God. Come on now. They have wants, needs, and desires and shit. You was just talking about having to work so much earlier in the episode. You know what I'm saying? So it's like shit like that. I just don't agree with. But yeah. I want to feel safe and secure with your word, because your word is who you are. Your actions back up your word. I mean, your actions and your words are who you are, but your word, I want to just believe that. But
Mm.
the actions have never aligned. And so it just leaves me to be so a real mature relationship will expose like, oh shit. And it will hopefully allow me, I pray that I'm ready and able to receive, like, okay, you are who you say you are. You're showing me with your actions. You're showing me with your words. I fuck with it. You just like me. And I can breathe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. That was a long answer, but yeah.
So that means it'll show you that you're insecure.
I'm not insecure.
Not about yourself, but about your partner.
Um that I always have been. Yes. It will show, the mature relationship will show that I have always been insecure in dating and in
Not
relationships with
safe.
people. Yeah. I haven't been safe because everybody lies. Oh, it's just a little white lie, but you don't understand what your words are doing and what that how that's affecting me and how I'm viewing you and how you're distorting the image. It's for the better, because now it's like I see you for who you are and I can make a determination of whether I want this or not. You know what I'm saying? So there's
Right.
that, but sometimes what you have to go through to get the truth, I'd rather not. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But it's more so like, I guess, I think you're saying it's going to highlight your past relationships, but what would that mature relationship expose
Yeah,
currently about you?
it would expose, so it would still expose that. It would show that, okay, he's going to, if he's mature,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm assuming that he's a man that, is a man. Ugh. Anyway, um,
You had a moment.
yeah, I love men.
I like that. I
Listen,
like that for
I
you.
love men. Um, but it would show him, it would show myself and him like, hey, I'm not really trusting. I'm not, because everybody is lied. So in my current relationship with this mature person, it's going to show that. And my prayer is that if he is the mature man that he's claiming to be, see, there goes that with that not really trusting. that he wouldn't have any problem with being like, oh shit, that's easy. Look, here's everything. Shit, yeah, the passwords to everything. Um, and to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
I had that in my marriage. That's one of the things that was never. I didn't have security financially in my marriage, but all the other things, chef's kiss. Never had to worry about him
So
lying or anything like that. Or he was just always who he was. Ain't no passwords on his phone. We got each other's logins and stuff. Not because it's like, let me see what you're doing. It's just like naturally like, oh shit. Oh, we got an iPad. Yeah, here's my password. Log into the set that up for me or whatever. Like it was nothing. It was no conversation, no side conversations. It was I knew who he was talking to. He knew who I was talking to. Like it was just that.
that's beautiful.
I I loved it. Loved it. I wish that the relationship could have been better at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's that's hard to find.
I agree. So can I ask a question now? If you can give one piece of relationship advice to your younger self, what would it be?
I feel like that's a given of what that would be. Baby girl. Baby girl.
See, I
All
knew
the
you
songs
gonna
you
like
said you
that
didn't like.
song.
I don't like that damn song.
I told you.
Um, but you need to love yourself first. And I know. I've seen the clips. You don't need to love yourself first. And I've seen it. But yes, you do. Yes, you do. You need to love yourself first because you need to know what it is that you're asking for. I require this. I want that. I want that. I want that. Hey, you have a special ability to feel love and give love. And you're with yourself all the time. Love yourself first. That way you can say, this is the baseline for how I want to be loved. Here's what I like. Here's what I don't like. Here's what I will accept. I'm not accepting this. And you can move forward through life, hopefully in a less painful way. But going out here not loving yourself leaves you subject to all types of stuff because you have no baseline. You're just going with the flow. And that's a horrible way to be. So what about you?
There's a list of
I
what
got
I
a
would
list too, I
tell.
ain't gonna lie. But pick one.
Mm, learning to love, learn to love yourself in a way you're hoping someone will love you,
Yep.
because love is kind, and when you settle, you want to make sure you're settling for somebody who's going to share that same energy as you. So, you know, I want my love, or I would tell my younger self, let your love be a reflection of who you choose to be with. You know what I'm saying? So
I like that.
I think if it was like that, one relationship, I'm out the game. You feel me? So
I couldn't agree with you more.
if it was like that, you know what I'm
And if
saying?
the other
But,
person was like that, like you loving yourself, that other person loves themselves, like,
right.
hey, you know,
Hey,
this
yeah.
is great. Let's do this thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Okay.
I think once I realized I wasn't receiving the love that I was given, I should have just did the dash. But I was like, oh, it's going to take time. It's okay. They're young. They'll understand, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it my turn to ask a question?
Yes.
Okay. This is a question that we can keep brief. And if we must, we can dedicate a whole episode to it. Okay.
Okay.
We're talking about the future. In the future, would you be open to? Could you see yourself? Are you okay with getting back with an ex?
Open to it, see myself okay with. I think I've always been in I think I've always been in a space of forgiveness, learning, growth.
Mm,
So being with the ex follows kind of like that mindset. So I can see myself being with an ex. Not sure if it'll be a thing, but I'm open to it, but I wouldn't be open to like doing that while I'm dating. Um, if I'm exclusively dating somebody, no. But open to dating an ex, yeah. I mean, people mature, people grow up, people become better versions of their past self, which is what I've been doing. So,
mm,
whether they open to it or not, I know speaking for me, what I'm saying, I would. It was some people even in the high school aspect of things that I was dating that I feel like I just wanted your attention, but they was actually dating for love, and it was like, dang, if I was actually taking that serious, we could have actually been one of them like high school sweetheart situations,
mm,
and what I'm saying that's all of a what I'm saying story in itself. That's all a fairy tale in itself.
mm.
You know what I'm saying, but life is funny. You know what I'm saying, it's tricky, and I think we can control a lot of aspects of it, and I'm pretty sure you're about to say the complete opposite of what I'm saying, but nevertheless, I'm not. I don't close off the window to that. If the love that I ask for and the love that I want to receive is from an ex, so that is my take on it.
I think that's extremely unfortunate for you. Um, I
I don't receive that.
That's fine, but I absolutely hate that for you because for me, no, I'm not open to but anything with an ex. I move,
We can
I
make yeah,
move,
we can make this a whole
yeah.
episode. That's fine by itself.
I move through life, and I have strength to be like, hey, that didn't work, and it's okay. and and
It is
and I
okay.
and I can move forward, and everything's good. I don't. You don't have to be around me. You showed me already that you have the capability of doing the things that I don't agree with for a relationship, which is why we're exes. No matter who called it off, we both have to agree to it. So
Right.
yeah, we're exes for a reason. Um, I personally believe this is what I'm about to say is not geared towards you. Okay.
Yeah, this is your
I
opinion.
know, but because what I'm about to say, you fall into the category, but I'm not gearing this towards you. I'm making a general statement, but you just happen to be someone who's sitting here and saying that. And if I want to keep this a safe space, I need to articulate that to you.
Disclaimer.
Yes.
Okay.
For me, people who keep in contact with, if they don't have direct children involved, people who keep in contact with, keep the door open for, blah, 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 with their exes are pathetic to me. And I'm saying that from someone who was once pathetic. Like, that's pathetic to me. You don't feel like you're worthy of anything. You're literally saying, like, yeah, I know that this was bad, but they probably changed. And come on, you see before the warning label was behind them because you didn't know that they had the capability to do whatever they did. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever
Right. Or
happened,
you've done
happened.
whatever you've done.
Right,
Right.
right.
Exactly.
So, but we're talking about that. Let's just say that they did whatever they did. Or yeah, if you done whatever you done and you're still lingering around that person, you're a horrible person. If you fucked up in a relationship and you're hanging around that person, you're horrible. You're a deplorable human. That's if you're the cheater or the liar or the whatever, you're deplorable. Cause leave me alone. Let me go find love. You already showed me that you don't have the capability to do the shit that I want. Why are you lingering around me? You know what that's gonna do to me? You cheated on me and you still lingering around me. That's gonna make me like still be available to you in whatever ways you want me to. It's allowing you to still manipulate me. No, we're not about to do that. The fuck? No, the door is closed. And I'm gonna show you that you can't fuck around and play with me by closing that door. What the fuck would you have access to me for? I'm not pathetic. You know about to treat me like I'm just a regular ass nigga out here? Or, no, anyway, see, clearly I have strong feelings about this.
Apparently
Cause
you do.
yeah, the one thing that I'm never gonna be okay with is playing with myself. And I'm damn sure not okay with anybody else thinking they can play with me. So you cheated on me, you lied to me, you this, whatever, whatever got exposed. You fucked up and you think you about to still have access to this? Oh, okay. And nah. So no, that's not fucking happening. But let's just say, fuck no, because that's pathetic and that's manipulation. Because I know that you're gonna whatever the way that it's shaped up is that you're gonna be constantly available in any kind of way that I need you to. You'll be available. Like I know that you will because I know that you don't give a fuck about yourself. Because if you did, you wouldn't have me around. I cheated on you. I fucked you over, and hey, guess what? You still let me be here. I don't give a fuck about what you say that you're growing into. You still let somebody who fucking hurt you still be right here with you. Oh, okay. That's like I got over COVID, but you still sniffing every day. Oh, you still got COVID. You know what I'm saying? So don't tell me what you want and what your dreams and aspirations are. I'm still here. So clearly you're not firm in what you want yet. So fuck no. But if somebody else did something to me, like that person cheated on me or whatever, and I'm still letting them be around me, that's crazy cakes. Why would I do that? Why would I? There's so many people in this world. And if I believe what I believe, if I believe I need love and all this other stuff like that, why would I have that person around? They're taking up space that they don't deserve because we are exes. So whether they blossom into a beautiful motherfucking butterfly or dragon or they die, it has nothing to do with me. Their purpose has been served. We are not friends. We are not anything. You are done and I am done. But what people will do when they're in the pathetic season is they will fuck on each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I don't want to raise my body count. Come on, let's just go ahead and be weak minded together. Hey, it's kind of hard out here. Shit, let's fuck. I can always count on my ex to boost up my ego and you know what I'm saying? Shit, we used to do it like this. Let me go. Like,
Dating an ex and having relations with an ex are two
yeah,
different
but that's what
things.
people do. If they keeping their ex around, that's what most people do. Most people sleep around with their ex. They just do. From what I've seen, that's what they do. And it's pathetic. Keeping your ex around in any capacity, sleeping with your ex in any capacity is pathetic to me. It just is. Be firm in yourself. Like, is that what you want? Like, is that what you really want for your highest self, your purest self? I want to be loved and I want to be this and I want to be that. That person just showed you that they don't have the capability for that. Why are they still around? That makes no sense. So yeah, no, I'm not with that in any way, shape, or form. I'm just not. I'm just not. That sends out a wrong signal. That sends out a pathetic signal to me. There's no possible way that we could ever get together because you don't exist. I moved on to love.
I respect your feelings about it,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Your ideas about it, your mindset behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think there are healthy ways and unhealthy ways um, that you can see if going back into something like that is a sign of getting with somebody gr- who has grown. Growth is not a word. Someone who's grew. That's not the correct sentence. Someone who grew versus somebody who's still trapped and is full of red flags and they're just trying to trap you in disguise. You right there.
Thank you. Would you mind if we table this discussion to make a full episode about this?
No, I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't know. We
Okay.
can definitely
Because
talk about that
all the
for.
topics that you're pointing out right now, I got stuff to say. Yeah, I'm saying? So it's like I'd rather us just kind of get back to the main topic and then just be going maybe that'll be our next episode. I don't know.
I
But
mean, I mean, you made it a
it
question,
is a
so
question, but I'm saying like I just didn't want us to go too far into it
to
because
dive into
I'm
it.
gonna have stuff to say that you like right now. You got stuff to say to what I said, and it's gonna keep going back and forth. And so I kind of want to just, and if anybody wants to be a part of that conversation, let us know. Um,
Come on
you know what I'm
up,
saying? Come on up here.
please.
You know what I'm saying? We can have quite a few of y'all if we want. So
Facts.
come on up, and we're gonna dive into that 7-part conversation.
7 part is crazy.
Shit. But okay. Okay, cool. All right, so that was my question. Do you have a question for future? It's okay if you don't.
I kind of do, but I think, actually like asking questions regarding the future, it's it's not really limited, but they all start sounding
To
similar,
the
you know what
present,
I'm
right?
saying?
Oh, you mean they start
Right.
okay, so that's cool too.
Both,
That's cool.
both they start.
Whatever your question is, it's fine.
Okay, I ask it. If you feel like you already answered it, then it's cool.
Oh, you
But
mean the
the
question is redundant.
almost, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. It almost sounds
Okay.
redundant. Um,
Okay, cool.
um, the question is, what kind of love are you manifesting and looking forward to?
Mm, I feel like I did answer this with answering one of your questions, or I think my question actually about the safe and mature. I want a love that feels free. I want it to feel free. I want it to feel free of pain because I don't think that love should hurt. I don't think. Well, I think
Yeah.
it could probably hurt a little bit, but it shouldn't be painful. Like a scrape your knee kind of thing. It's like, oh, okay, but I don't want it to be painful. I want it to be free of pain. I want it to be free. Like how like sometimes throughout the day, I know for me, it's like, oh, girl, relax your shoulders. Okay, breathe. I want it to be like one big giant.
Exhale.
Yes. That's the best way I could describe it. With all the words I was going to say, that's what I want it to feel like. And I want my person to feel like that too. And it's just beautiful bliss. Not to say that things won't arise, but they'll be handled in love. Like, oh my God, can you imagine just like handling issues in love, paying bills in love, grocery shopping in love, playing in love, fucking having kids made out of love, like oh my God, just have love abiding and free flowing, just freely throughout every decision and everything that y'all have going on is amazing. So that's what I'm manifesting. Hopefully, I have already. And yeah. What about you?
What kind of love am I manifesting and looking forward to?
Mhm.
I think I am manifesting and looking to possess a love that loves me out loud. I don't want to second guess how someone feels about me.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Um, something sweet, soft, where I don't always have to have armor up, especially when I come home.
I love that.
Someone's yeah, sweet, kind, and but still like alpha when she needs to be. Assertive,
Mhm.
pretty much, and able to take charge. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, in the moments where she needs to, not all the time, but just
Right.
certain moments. You know, someone who is clear and direct and consistent and communicates and um, hypersexual and it's the type of love I want is beautiful and it's unique and it's one of a kind. It's made truly for me. It's not for no one else but for me. I want to feel safe. I want to feel protected. I want to feel the ability to be emotional. I want to vent without being judged. I want the love I want is top tier. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And there's a lot of things that come with manifesting the type of love that I want, but that's what I want. That's what I want to receive.
Yeah.
So you know,
Okay.
all the things that I'm saying seem simple because it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you want honesty, you want truth, you want respect, of course. Them are like the very basis of a relationship, you know what I'm saying? But the things, the intricate things inside of that relationship when it comes to the love aspect of
Yeah.
it, it should be particularly for me
Yeah.
and me only. I want my person.
Yeah.
That's what I want. That's what I'm manifesting. I'm manifesting my person.
I like that. I like that. I'll ask you one last question.
All right.
All right, all right, all right, right,
All
all
right.
right.
All right.
uh,
Wop wop.
Tiki tiki. Okay. Um, you you said that you're dating, correct? All
Yes.
right. I'm just putting you on the spot. All right. So, out of all the things that we discussed, in this this episode today, would you say that the person that you're dating falls in line with what you're looking for, moving for, going for, whatever? Or are you through this conversation realizing like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be dating that person. Hold on now.
Honestly, I feel like within my dating experience, um, that there are certain aspects that I feel like contribute to who I want and what I want from a relationship. But there are still like roadblocks and there are still things that are hindering me from completely going all in because it's tough, you know what I'm saying? It's not a place of not like feeling safe,
Mhm,
but it's a place of knowing um am I gonna get just blatant out, you know what I'm saying, crash down on at any given moment or anything like that.
mhm,
So I am not I'm not like walking on eggshells,
mhm,
but you know what I'm saying? It's difficult putting yourself out there, you know, coming from relationships and past and hurt and pain and stuff like that and
mhm,
giving somebody the opportunity to hurt you pretty much.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? So dating with intentionality is like always preferred.
mhm.
But um I guess to answer your question, does the person fall in line with it? For the most part, yes, but I still think there are still certain things that block me from completely going all in. So
So is it is it that they fall in line with what you're looking for, or are you not allowing them to fall in line? I'm kind of confused on your answer a little bit. Because you said that they do, but then you start saying that you're not allowing this and you're not going all in with this or whatever. So it's like, is it that they align
well
or that you're not allowing them to?
it, it's probably a combination of both. When you're not used to something, when something is
Mhm,
different, when when it's new and when it's fresh or when it's like seasoned or whatever the situation may have
mhm,
you. It's more so about like things that you used to allow that you don't allow now, or things that you didn't allow that you do allow now. It's allowing yourself to give more than you gave, or you know what I'm saying, or trying to protect yourself
mhm,
while giving. So it's a combo of both of them. So um, I mean, if it works, it works. If it don't, then I'm pretty sure it will be something that is expressed from my end or expressed from her end because I'm heterosexual and so I just wanted to just be what you shaking your head for?
I'm just
I have
laughing
to
at you.
it's just, hey, even though it's the grade, I just wanted
I
to let it be
know.
known okay, all right. Uh,
I was just laughing.
but but I'm pretty sure you know communication is just key
Mhm,
and you know it just you know
okay.
where it's at communicate so I just will try to do my best with that
Mhm,
but I mean I wouldn't say I'm blocking it which I probably am but that's more of a it's more of a battle in myself that I'm probably going through.
Mhm.
But like I said, on the outside looking in, it probably like look like I got a lot of things together when I actually don't. So I'm still trying to merge, what I'm saying, my dating life with my personal life, with work life, with all this other stuff. And it's like playing Jenga, what I'm saying, with or Tetris. I'm trying to Tetris this thing. You feel me?
Okay.
So
Okay. Every time you give your response, I have like a million things to say, and I know that how we communicate outside of the show, is the reason that we even started this podcast because you
correct.
could go on and on and on,
Hours
seven,
for
eight,
sure.
9, 10 hours. Oh shit!
Right.
So, um, yeah, I appreciate your answer. Um, I want to answer my own question.
I mean, you was going to anyway. So
I'm gonna
I
do
mean,
whatever I want. No, I'm just playing. I just,
what
I'm
going
just
on here?
joking.
We can't be crazy.
But I forgot what my question was specifically. Do you remember it? Oh, there's
Do you think the person that you're
dating.
dating
Hmm.
fall in line with
Yeah, you're right. I got it. Thank you. Um, yes and no. Yes, I think that they have a lot of good things. No, as in, as far as like safe and secure. Like I said,
what you mean?
as far as like I said, I haven't had a relationship or dating experience um where it's like oh, okay, you're just as honest as me. You're just as forthcoming as me. Oh, oh, you say this and it's backed up by your actions. Nobody's showing me anything. I'm not seeing anything or finding out anything or asking you a question, later on and nope, now your answer's changed or there's a lot of omissions and secrets and shit like that. And so um current dating is like, okay, it's cool. It's a lot of good areas, but I want to feel safe and secure. And it's not all the way there. So there's that. Do I
Do you think?
do I think it'll get there? It'll change or anything like
Uh-huh.
that? Just judging by patterns, because humans are, creatures of habit and patterns. Judging by patterns, I don't really think so. But I'm optimistic. Like I said, I'm doing it.
Well, you don't play about your
I
time,
don't. But
so I
that's what I
mean,
also said too. It's like I'm trying to see if standing firm on what you allow and don't and all that stuff and the type of person that you say that you want and not just believing that a person says, I'm that type too, but seeing if they really are like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, where do you give people leeway and grace? Because people will say, like, oh, you too strict, you too rigid. You know what I mean? Like, you got to give some flexibility. And so I am doing the motherfucking limbo, tango, foxtrot right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
that's funny.
for real. So it's like, I'm doing it to see, I know what could possibly happen is that I'm hurting myself. Actually, I'm not even what could possibly happen. I know that I'm actively hurting myself. I know that.
Uh,
And I'm trying to remain hopeful and all that and stick it through and it's been a long time. You know what I'm saying? And um pattern and habit will tell me that this is sometimes it's just who people are. They might have dreams and ambition of being something else, or they might be blindly thinking that they are something that they're not. And this is why you need to stay firm on what you say, Ash, because you could have saved yourself a year's worth of hurt and this and that if you had just stood your ground and you would have not had that person occupying a space that you could have had filled with something that is in line with what you want. Maybe that person is just not at the level that you need them at or whatever. And that doesn't make them a horrible person per se, but there's that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still in the hopeful-ish, kinda ish, not really ish kind of stage. And so I don't know. I really don't.
Do you feel like even with that, that's not putting or applying pressure on them?
No, to put if I'm applying pressure for somebody to show up how they said that they are, then that means that that's not really who they are. If I don't feel safe with your word and you say that you're an honest person and you're transparent and you're this and you're that and blah 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 blah, I can't be putting pressure on what you actually are. Nobody can put pressure on me by making me stand on my word. I'm already there. I'm already standing there. I'll meet you here. Like what? It's not pressure. It's
No,
only pressure
not I'll
if
meet you there.
you're becoming that. So, man,
You know,
okay.
I mean, this all pertains into going into that other gray space that you want to save for.
If we can, yeah, please let's save it because if not, we already at 2.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we at 2.5 hours. And I might just put this out all as one episode, y'all. So there's that. Like, y'all might not want to leave and come back later. Y'all might just want to get this whole thing hot and ready. Um,
Okay, Little
yeah,
Caesars
no.
is back.
Pizza, pizza. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that? But anyway, okay. But but now that's all I have for this. I know you are great with like the wrap ups and stuff like that. So you are. That look off was crazy. So go ahead and close us out.
Nevertheless, this is the gray. We express ourselves rawly, fully,
Raw.
honestly, and yeah.
Yeah.
And we want to thank y'all for journeying with
Yes.
us to the past, to our presence, and to the future of relationships. You know, whether it
I can't
stirred
do
up some old
whoosh.
memories with y'all, yeah, you can whoosh. Whether it stirred up some old memories with y'all or made you reflect of where you are or where you were and what you're doing now. I mean, open heartedly, you can always look to what's ahead, just knowing, what it takes to heal, knowing that takes time as well, and reflect on being clear with clarity and also growing.
Yes.
That's that's always
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. So these conversations aren't always about having the answers. It's they're about having a conversation and holding a space in between where people feel this way or that way, and our comments and our opinions and our facts or our truths, they can be messy,
Yes.
but they're also honest because this is the gray. So if something resonated with you, made you think twice, or you
Or
simply just made
thrice.
you feel or thrice, or made you feel seen, don't forget to follow us and subscribe to Into the Gray wherever you get this podcast at. And if you want your story told, or if you have something you want to say, please feel free to comment, DM
Yeah.
us, any way to get in contact with
Yeah.
us. I'm pretty sure we will
Give
hit
us a
you back.
hug. Give us a
Yeah, give me a hug,
yeah.
because we will connect with you. You feel
There's
me?
that shit. Yeah.
We'll connect with you and we'll love to hear from you. So
Yes.
you can always reach out to us because this space is not just ours, it's yours
Yes,
too.
it really
And your
is.
voice
It
matters.
really, really does.
It's
It's literally why the show was created. Like, we want y'all here. Bring y'all asses.
right,
You know?
right.
Respectfully.
Do you have anything else to say? Anything?
Yeah, hey, click on our link in our Instagram, or actually, it might be in the description of the YouTube video as well. And y'all can join our Patreon. Y'all can have conversations, little sidebar conversations and stuff with this. But I appreciate this conversation that we've had today. It's very open, honest, brings up, could possibly bring up some emotions because you're reflecting and thinking
Right.
forward. So I just appreciate you and us always, what I'm saying, having these type of conversations. And I feel like we could talk forever. So trying to put this into a podcast format is sometimes challenging, but
It is.
we're doing great, and
Right.
I haven't got one complaint yet about how long our videos are. Like people love it. So we just appreciate y'all for always showing up. And like we said, we keep saying, we want y'all a part of the conversation. Y'all don't just have to just hear us yap like this. y'all can actually be guests on this show. And it doesn't matter about your following or anything like that. We want to talk to y'all. It's about bringing minds and opinions together respectfully. Okay. That's what it's about. And so, yeah, I'm just excited for the future of Into the Gray, and I want us to build our Patreon. I want us to have a community of free thinkers, and then we can get to the point where we, going live and actually meeting people face to face and doing live shows and things like that. So your support is greatly
Right.
appreciated. Y'all already helped me get some better lighting. Okay, look at episode 1 and then look at the rest of the episodes. Okay, so
Yeah, y'all are some real
there's
ones. You know
that.
what I'm
You know
saying?
what I'm saying?
So,
So yeah.
anything, you know,
We appreciate it.
Patreon.
We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
right.
All right.
Nevertheless, like we said, your voice matters. Ash, I want to thank you for being vulnerable today as well. I know you expressed that in the beginning, but I wanted to reiterate that and let you know, like, hey, your openness definitely gave insight from both perspectives of somebody, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
on your side and on my side.
Yeah.
So
Yay.
until next time, you great watchers, stay open, stay curious, and also stay growing. Y'all be safe.
Bye.